What is up, guys? Alex from FIFA Scouting Tips here, and welcome to episode 3 of Pompey Youth Stars. Now, we've just played Oxford United, just won 1-0, just at the start of the second season, moving on to a cup game against Cambridge United. Now, before I get started, I have got to say I'm really sorry if this goes up slightly late. I'm having huge trouble with my internet. I'm sure you've heard in my previous videos I've been saying about that. It's really frustrating, and I am just having to rely on friends and relatives at the moment. Hopefully it's going to get sorted ASAP, but I am working my hardest to get as much done as possible, so please excuse me for that. So anyway, we are now, like I said, in the second season. We've just beaten Oxford United 1-0. Some really good performances from our youth players. We've just had a message come through here saying that we have sold Paul Jones, goalkeeper, to Bristol City, so we've got £210,000 extra in the budget now. And let's move on to the second game, this cup game against Cambridge United. So first cup game, I decided to try out Hickford in goal, see how he did, and his first test came on early, but we headed the ball out, but it got straight back in. But a good catch there from Hickford, held onto the ball nicely. That was a good start from him, very encouraging. But I decided to put Osborne at left back rather than full back, and he did really well. He was very slow, but his tackling stats meant that nobody could get past him. He was stopping everything that came his way, so he turned out to be really useful in there. But then we had our first nice piece of play going forward here. Nice passing move between the team, and it came back to Westcar. Got a bit lucky with the break off the defender there, but straight through on goal and smashed it into the corner. So we're 1-0 up. By this point I really didn't deserve it, though. We were really under the cosh, had no possession at all, but I'm going to take that goal. Couldn't really pass that opportunity up, so it was a really good first goal for Westcar, off the mark for the season, and we were 1-0 up in the cup. But then it was Cambridge's turn to come forward. Again, more nice passing play for them. Both teams doing well there, but another good save from Hickford. Again, held onto the ball, didn't let it spill, and he looked like a safe pair of hands there in the middle. So half time, 1-0 up. Apparently we had 0 shots on target, not sure that's quite right. But then second half we came out all guns blazing. Nice ball through to Wallace, and the defender got himself in a right angle. Wallace took full advantage of that, came straight through and calmly placed it into the corner off the post. So that was 2-0 up, 5 minutes into the second half. Really didn't feel like I deserved this at this point. But again, wasn't going to turn an opportunity like that down. And it was time to try and hold on to this lead, because I was right under the cosh. Like I said earlier, had no possession at all, but I had 2 goals, so I couldn't really complain at that at all. So Cambridge came straight through trying to get a goal back. Hickford came out a bit suicidally, but they couldn't take advantage of it, just looped it well past the goal. But then it was my turn again. Ball fell really nicely to Westcar. Good block then, it almost trickled in off the defender. Would have been a bit of a bizarre own goal, but more nice play. As the game progressed, I kind of got more into the game, felt a bit more confident. So Wallace on the turn there, but he dragged it wide, could have been 3-0. But I really felt by this point I was getting into the game, so I brought Pimentel on, trying to use some of that pace to really go for a third goal, because he always seems to do well when I bring him on, or when he starts games. He's got that extra bit of pace, bit of flair, which I really like. So we tried him out on the wing in the second half, and but before we could get to that, we had an opportunity to defend from Cambridge, and I really could not believe that this was not a penalty to them. It looked like a blatant shove in the box, but the referee saw nothing, so we just played calmly on and forgot about that one. So we were really lucky with that. But we kept the nice football going, sprayed it out wide there to Holmes, through on goal, 1-on-1. Really should have scored that, but it's straight at the goalkeeper. Really disappointing in the end. But this is in the 89th minute, so I was just very glad to still be winning at this point. Nice play again here, and another good block. So we could easily have had a third. We had plenty of opportunities, but it wasn't to be. Not quite as one-sided in terms of possession at the end of the game. 42% to 58%, still didn't have as much possession. Apparently I had 0 shots on target. Let's bring that back. 2 goals, 0 shots on target. I'm not sure that's quite accurate, but never mind. Liam Osborne rated 7.8. I thought he was really good, despite not being very quick. He was turned a few times. He had some really good tackles in there. Put in a good performance, I think. Kept out the opposition players pretty well. But I still think he'd probably be better at centre-back, even though he is listed as a full-back. His tackling stats are good, but he is so slow, so he's more useful at centre-back, I think. But some good performances there, and a good 2-0 rating, so we go through into the next round of the Cup. Right, next scouting report, we've got Connor Pope, 61 to 85. No, I don't think so. Curtis Simpson, 64 to 88. I think I will scout him for another month. We've got Luke Lee, second month with him, 59 to 77. So he's gone down. So we don't need him. We'll turn him down. But we will look at Curtis Simpson for another month. Now, I've decided to look at some regens on other teams because I realised that I don't really have enough money to buy any. But as well as that, I'm not going to be promoting the youth players until May, so they get that update, but I want to bring in some more young players, so I think I might loan in some players, some regens. So I had a look in the other leagues, looking to find some other good players in all sorts of positions, and this is the list I came up with, some good players all round. But just look at this guy, Jesus Estrella Lopez. Look at those physical stats and some of his technical stats as well. Just 20 years old, but he is going to be insane. He is going to be so good. I really wanted to bring him in, but his wages are £40,000, can't afford that. But he's got less than a year left on his contract, so I may just be cheeky and inquire in January just to see how much he is. I doubt we can get him, but you never know. But then we've got a few other decent ones here in different positions, and particularly a striker. I want to bring in a striker to get some more pace up front because I haven't got very quick strikers at the moment. And we've got this guy here, Josimar Zambrano. He's showing great potential, so he could be a really good one to bring in. This guy as well, Peter Zwinkels. Look at that pace, really good pace, just what I'm looking for. He looks very promising. So I think I'm going to loan him in for the full season, and we can see how he does, and then maybe put an offer in for him next season if we like him that much. Thinking of going for a couple of others as well, particularly this guy here. A fullback, one of these guys here. I think in the end I was going to go for Karim Stegmaier, because my fullbacks at the moment, I've got some decent real ones, but my scouted ones aren't very fast, so we need some cover there. So I'll bring him in, nice cheap wages as well. And then one player in the centre of midfield, Andreas Bunn, because he looked like he has some good all-round technical stats, especially his short passing. So again, nice cheap wages, so we can bring him in for a season, see how he does, and then potentially buy him next season as well. So these three players have now arrived, and Andreas Bunn comes in at 66 overall at 18 years old. That's a really good overall. He is going to slot straight into the first team. He's got some really good technical stats all around. He's looking very decent, good passing and good tackling, really nice physical stats too. So like I said, he's very good. Zwinkels 67, even better, 87 acceleration, just what I was looking for. Some real pace up front that could cause all kinds of problems for defences in League One at this level. So he's going to be an excellent addition as well. And then next we have Karim Stegmaier, 62 overall, just 17 years old. He's going to provide some excellent cover. He's got good pace, should really make up for that lack of pace I've got with my other fullbacks in Osborne and Knight. So that's three good additions that we're loading in for the season. Hopefully they'll do well. So let's move on to the next match. Right, so next up we've got Rotherham, and I've decided to put a few of the new players in, as well as some of my youth players. So we've got Zwinkels up front, Robson just behind him, then on the right wing Lodigan, then Pimentel on the left, then in centre midfield we've got Bunn and Sobby next to him, then Knight at centre back, a couple of real players either side, but then Stegmaier at right back, and then Doherty in goal. So let's see how we do. So I was feeling confident after that first victory. We looked like we could come in and get another good result here potentially. Butler with a great volley, and Zwinkels couldn't quite get the rebound, but it was an encouraging start from us there. Then a lovely play here from Robson, nice ball through to Zwinkels, who showed a great ton of pace into the box, but he couldn't find the back of the net. But again, a really good start. But then Rotherham came in, they had their own attack, and they just fired just wide, but it just gave me a bit of a warning that this wasn't going to be a really easy game. But we went in 0-0 at half time, pretty even shots and possession, both teams having opportunities, but no goal. But then we came out second half, and I was determined to score. So Zwinkels again linking up with Robson, wrong foots the goalkeeper, and Robson almost poked it in, couldn't quite reach it, but it wasn't over there because Pimentel straight in, won the ball back, and then dinked the ball in. Zwinkels isn't the tallest, but he won the header, and it was blocked, but he could easily have scored. And then from the resulting throw-in, we finally got the breakthrough. Robson played a fantastic 1-2 with Zwinkels, and then volleyed it, bang, straight into the corner there. The big man scores again. That's 2 goals in 2 games for him now. Really enjoying using this guy. His size makes him a really useful player in front of goal there, and he looks like he could be linking up really nicely with Zwinkels there. One guy with pace, one guy with power, and it worked really effectively there. Volleyed it beautifully into the corner, and he could score me quite a few goals if he carries this on this season. Really looking forward to using him more. So that was 1-0, and Rotherham were not giving up without a fight, so they put together some nice passes. Great stop there from Doherty, fantastic acrobatic save. The danger wasn't clear though. They managed to turn in the box and beat my defender and fire off a shot, but it was high and wide, they couldn't get it in. And this is a common theme. Doherty was standing in the way and he was just not letting them through. So more nice passing here, but Doherty was there, defender was there this time. Great tackle at the last, saved us from a certain goal there. But Rotherham came again. They kept mounting up the pressure. They couldn't get it in, but they were dominating the game. Chance after chance was coming their way, but they just couldn't get it in. But then they started the long balls. The game was coming to an end. We got to the 80th minute and they just started lumping everything forward. Even if it was aimless like that, they were just kicking it forward, trying to get something on it in a desperate search to defend. But I was quite desperate search to score, but I was quite happy with this, because if they did manage to get through my defence, there was Doherty there to stop the ball, and most of the time we cleared up the crosses like that. So it was fairly simple to deal with. We knew that we had a good goalkeeper and a good defence, so it was fairly straightforward to keep them out. But Doherty was putting in a man of the match performance there. But then the inevitable happened in the 95th minute. Bang! 1-1, and against the computer. It is such a typical thing, but it had to happen, and we just couldn't hold on to the end. Really annoying. I was wondering why we missed it, and that was why. A little flick, but it was literally the last thing of the game. Took the centre, and then the ref blew the whistle, so it wasn't to be. So there you have it, 1-1. I feel robbed after that. You know, the computer scoring an equaliser in the 95th minute on FIFA. I mean, that never happens. That just never happens. Except it happens all the time. But, you know, it happened to us, so these things happen. So really unlucky not to end up winning that game. We had some really, really good chances. Zwinkels played well. I thought Robson was excellent again. Scored a really nice goal. Doherty gets man of the match, 8.3 rating. He made 8 saves, so he was a really, really key player for us today. So it's a shame that we didn't win, but a 1-1 result isn't too bad. So let's move on to the next one. Right, so we've got his report from France, and we have Christopher Fabre, 58 to 80, going to turn him down. Dimitri Guirassy, nice, 70 to 94, he looks excellent. Just 15, so I have to wait a year for him, but that is some really nice potential. Definitely signing him up. Hugo Udeline, 52 to 70, nope. Jerome Fakir, 61 to 83, no, turn him down as well. And Mikhail Carol, 59 to 81, turn him down as well. So we've got one decent player there, but not much else. So I think I'm going to leave it there for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you've got any ideas on what you want me to do next, if you want me to take that promising striker on loan, the one who was showing great potential, let me know. If there are any other players there on my loan list that you thought looked interesting that I should take on loan, let me know. If you got any ideas on where you want me to scout next as well, let me know. I'd like to hear all your ideas. Make sure you head over to FIFAscoutingtips.com, where you'll find loads of guides on how to scout, the best places to scout, how to find all the best young players in the game as well, all that kind of good stuff. Make sure you follow me on Twitter and Facebook. All the links will be in the description below for you. Make sure you leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.